and welcome to Not Fake News. We have an article here from Liberty Writers News by Danny Gold. California has gone mad. Look what insane thing they just did to get back at Trump. California is good at one thing, making bad decisions. Now they have absolutely gone and done it by declaring they will now become a sanctuary state to defy Trump. The state legislature just produced a bill that would forbid state law enforcement from complying with federal immigration rules. While many of California's biggest cities are already sanctuary cities, a lot of the rural counties are not happy with this decision. However, they don't have the money the big boys do. Brought to you from KSBW.
A new step in California's push back on President Trump's immigration orders as lawmakers are looking to make California a so-called sanctuary state. They say it would protect undocumented immigrants but could potentially put millions and millions of dollars in federal funding in jeopardy. The bill passed a key step before a Senate committee today.
Action News reporter Mike Lurie with details on what both sides are saying about this legislation.
College student Victor Alvarez had to drop out of school last year when his father was deported to Mexico after being stopped for a broken headlight.
If this bill wouldn't have been around when my dad was detained, he would have still been here. It's a reality check for everyone who's undocumented.
Alvarez is supporting the so-called sanctuary state bill that would prohibit local police forces from helping the feds deport people who are here illegally.
Worst thing we want to do is, in fact, have police officers leave their beats, leave the communities that they're sworn to protect and serve, to go on and assist ICE federal agents to set up a perimeter around elementary school to wait for mothers to pick up their children.
De Leon's bill would also make public schools, hospitals, and courthouses safe havens for California residents, regardless of immigration status.
We are concerned, however, that SB 54 limits communication and cooperation with our law enforcement partners.
By executive order, President Trump has already threatened to strip sanctuary cities of federal funding. But with California now ramping up the fight, many Republicans fear the loss of millions of dollars in federal grants.
And federal funding is going to be cut off to the state of California for a lot of special programs that go after gangs and drug cartels and human trafficking, in addition to the social service money that this president is in all likelihood going to cut off to this state. And so we could be facing a horrific budget shortfall this year.
Mike Lurie reporting for us tonight. Senate Bill 54 passed the Public Safety Committee today on strict party line vote. 5 Democrats in favor, 2 Republicans opposed. Now goes on to the Senate Appropriations Committee for a future vote.
Okay. In fact, places like San Francisco have so much money that they are now leveling lawsuits against Trump for his sanctuary city and immigration ban policies. If they were to get cut off, they would instantly lose their $1.2 billion in federal funding that they receive yearly. In case you may have forgotten, California has also put forward another piece of legislation to allow them to leave the United States and become their own country. Clearly, they are not acting right in the head right now. As much as I hate their policies and attitude, we still need their ports and farmland. We are all Americans, and this country belongs to all of us. Article in the Daily Mail. Next news story, coming from Liberty Writers and Danny Gold. Breaking, Trump just got amazing news from the top UAE minister. Liberals hate this. Liberals hate hearing that they're wrong. Well, bad news, guys. The foreign minister of the United Arab Emirates, Sheikh Abdul bin Zayed, just said, "You are wrong." Zayed said during a press conference today that Donald Trump's immigration decree is not a Muslim ban. Wow, that's a major wake-up call, or it should be. Trump only banned immigrants from 7 out of 53 Muslim-majority countries. If he is trying to ban Muslim, he is doing a terrible job. In fact, What he really is trying to do is limit the presence of Islamic terror recruiters from infiltrating our borders and turning young Muslims into jihads. It's interesting, so many Middle Eastern leaders seem to have an immense respect for how serious Trump is taking this radical Islam. But liberals are blind to it. How do they not see the threat? It is really sad that a group of angry people are allowed to go around and destroy our country over a ban that most Americans would agree with. So do your part. Bring them to their senses by sharing this news out everywhere. From Arab News. And our final story is breaking. Donald Trump just chose our next Supreme Court justice. And the winner is... The wait is finally over. You are going to love the results. After months and months of a long list and hints being dropped, Trump just made his biggest announcement by far. Donald Trump just officially named Neil Gorsuch as Supreme Court Justice of the United States of America to replace Antonin Scalia.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. When Justice Scalia passed away suddenly last February, I made a promise to the American people. If I were elected president, I would find the very best judge in the country for the Supreme Court. I promise to select someone who respects our laws and is representative of our Constitution and who loves our Constitution, and someone who will interpret them as written. This may be the most transparent judicial selection process in history. Months ago, as a candidate, I publicly presented a list of brilliant and accomplished people to the American electorate and pledged to make my choice from among that list. Millions of voters said this was the single most important issue to them when they voted for me for president. I am a man of my word. I will do as I say, something that the American people have been asking for from Washington for a very, very long time. Today, thank you. Today I am keeping another promise to the American people by nominating Judge Neil Gorsuch of the United States Supreme Court to be of the United States Supreme Court. And I would like to ask Judge Gorsuch and his wonderful wife Louise to please step forward. Please, Louise, Judge. Here they come. Here they come. So was that a surprise? Was it?
Gorsuch is really an absolutely incredible pick, who all Americans can get easily on board with. He was top of his graduating class at Harvard Law School, and then went on to dedicated his life to judgeship to serve Constitution he loves. I think that sounds perfect. A few key things to know about Gorsuch are: he is an adamant supporter of religious freedoms, including for business. He does not believe the court should make laws. He is a Constitution originalist. He is a strong proponent of states' right and interstate commerce. He is a social conservative. Oh, and did I mention that he is the only judge to be elected unanimously by Congress for when George W. Bush nominated him for the United States Court of Appeals for the 10th Circuit. So there you have it. Trump has delivered on his promises and picked a justice truly dedicated to defending our rights and the Constitution. Call up your senators and tell them to vote yes, and share this everywhere so we can get him elected immediately. Neil Gorsuch. Thank you for watching. Comment below if you like this video or you have any comments. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe now and leave us a like. I really appreciate those likes, guys. Thank you. You have a great day. See you next time at Not Fake News.